it feels so right.
Good evening, lads and ladies, and welcome to the Loft Line Podcast. With tonight, it's us three. There's me, Tom Roskell, and Jamie Langrish. All right, boys?
Yeah, good, mate.
And until Sharon comes back in, the paddock's gone berserk in there. So when she comes back in, she'll calm him down. So thanks for joining us, everybody. And the people who are joining us tonight, please hit that like button and that subscribe button. I've just got my ear chewed off for not saying it enough, so I'll be saying it a lot tonight. So, Lee Davis, hiya guys. All right, Lee. Finlay McDougall, evening lads. Sean, evening all. Paul Twig, evening lads. Alan Williams, evening gents. Hope you're well. We're all well. Tom Hewitt, evening all. Ian Platt, evening all.
Evening, lads.
The Racing Pigeon, good evening lads. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to read a few results out because it'll lead us into where we're going to go a little bit in the beginning. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Birstall HS was at Leicester. And winning was T. Simpson, took the first and second. Then J. Bedford took third. N. Walker was fourth. Sorry, that was M. Walker's son and grandson. J. Bedford again. P. Carter took sixth and seventh. R. Patterson with eighth. N. Walker was ninth. And R. Patterson was 10th. And I've got a little message with this tonight. Well done to Teddy Simpson and young Frankie winning 2 clubs yesterday.
Well done. Brilliant.
Oh, that was young Frankie Simpson. So I'm obviously thinking that was the daughter. And then at this Hunslet DHS, when you send me the email, guys, try and make them a bit bigger because sometimes the emails you're sending me, they're only small. Do you know what I mean? So NF Hunslet DHS winning it again was T. Simpson and Frankie, obviously. So well done again. And it was D and S Armstrong. I can't read it. I'm sorry, lads. Sorry about that. I just wanted to get that out of the way. And well done to that young girl. They sent me a picture. It's a young girl who's done the winning with the dad. So
brilliant.
Really well.
Brilliant. Well
He
done.
put that good work. Way to go, Teddy Simpson from Ian Platt. So Finlay McDougall saying, well done, Tom. And Ian Platt said he'll sort it for next week. So the reason why people are saying well done, Tom, is that Tom Williamson again yesterday, first club, Queen's Invitation at Mangotsfield. Well done, Tom. Yeah. Second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth was Chris Mello, C&C Mello. 7th and 8th was Tom Roskell again. 9th was John Martucci. And 10th was Chris Mellor again. Well done, lads. Well done, boys. And then West Coast Fed for the race that we was all in. Well done to Jim Salthouse. He took a win. Beating Tom Roskell by... Jim was doing 15.26. Tom was doing 15.23. So Jim Salthouse was first. Well done, Jim. Roskell and Williams was second. Third, fourth, fifth and sixth was Chris Mellor. 7th and 8th was Paul Fisher. And 9th and 10th was Roskell and Williams again. And number 17th was Rimmer and Elwood.
Go on.
Well done, Bobby.
Well done to us. And then at Tamworth and District South Federation, taking first place again, like he's done most of the year, was Dutton and Emery. So well done to Jimmy Dutton and his partner, Crystal Emery. And number 2, right behind him was young Gracie again. So well done, Grace.
Yeah, well done.
Keep pushing your dad there, kid. And then 3rd and 4th was Stuart Innett. 5th was V. Nadulce. 6th and 7th, Mark Collins. 8th and 9th was Mr. and Mrs. Passe. 10th and 11th was Jimmy Dutton again. So well done, everybody there.
Did you see Byron's result that I sent you on WhatsApp?
Yeah, but what you've done, Jay, you've sent me that on WhatsApp and I can't print it.
So I need to try and get it to email to you.
Yeah. So I'll try. I'll read. I've got my phone with me, so I'll be able to read it out again on my phone, Jay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've got some questions here. Just let me have a look at them, lads. Ian Platt's going to sort it for next week. So, Chris at the Racing Pigeon, do you think Fat Eye knocks their performance? Do you use anything to treat, and how long before you race them again?
Go on, Tom. You go first.
I'm going to say yeah. I think any, in my opinion, any sort of ailment's got to affect them, hasn't it? You know what I mean? If they're not 100%, it's going to affect them. And as far as treatments go, I know a lot of people. Some people say there's all sorts of random stuff, old tea bag on the eye and all that sort of caper. But I've not actually found anything that'll get rid of it, Bob. I think it's more of a virus sort of thing. You know, that has to go through. It don't do them any harm. It don't affect them, you know, body wise. But
because what I want to know, like because it's their eyes. Is it the respiratory that it affects, like your ear, nose, and throat, and your eyes? It's all attached, isn't it?
Yeah, they think it is some form of respiratory, don't they? I just put them on respiratory stuff. That's all I do. If I've got it, I just whack them on, you know, some respiratory stuff. I don't know what you think, Jay.
What do you, Jay?
I've not had it this year, but last year before, I gave them the only one injection 2 weeks before I started training.
Yeah.
And I give it them again about 5 weeks into racing, and you know I never got it. This year they've not had it at all, and they've not been injected at all this year. So, but they've not had it. But I've not heard anyone in our Fed having it this year. You know, unless lads haven't noticed or whatever, and that's, you know, could be down to big losses as well, couldn't it?
You know what, boys? For me, I think that getting everything injected early on in the season's a good thing.
Well, that only lasts for like it basically it's a week. It clears them up if they've got anything, and then they're back on their own again. You know what I mean?
Right. So it's not a prevention. It's a cure, Jamie, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a cure. Yeah. So, but you know, like before you start training, I think instead of putting stuff in the water for a week, one injection, and basically you've covered all your respiratory. It's done.
Yeah.
And is that when you say injection, Jamie, it's the same as your normal injection, a bit of a skin up back at neck?
Yeah. I used it this year, but I was lucky this year because when I sent my things off to the vet, I had a bit of respiratory, didn't I? So he sent me that the medicine, and they've been great all year. You know what I mean? Whatever it was, that's kind of kept them cleared all year. You know what I mean? So I did inject him with that Arnie stuff as well. So, Thermo, how are you, pal? Boss flying, Tom.
Cheers,
you're on fire. Hello, lads. He's been waiting all day for this boss show to come on. Hey, Kermo, we're going to get you on one week if you fancy it. We'll get you on. And
he's flying a good pigeon at the minute. He's up there.
He's doing all right, Kermo, with the youngins, isn't there?
Tell you what though, Bob, he's up same time as us in the morning. I've noticed on the old Facebook.
Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah, he's like us.
Yeah.
You know, it's
one thing he does though, Bob, he's better than us is every time he texts him, there's about 10 minutes later, there's a full English breakfast on the way back, and we don't do that. But
no. Yeah, we had one, didn't we, Tom? We called in the motorway services, didn't we? And and to be fair, it was a fair old brekkie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
So, lads, Ian Platt's coming on here, and he's saying it's time to move Youngbird racing to September to avoid the peregrines teaching their young to hunt. They're devastating young birds all over the country. Yeah. I mean, you know what, Ian? We've kind of spoke about it a few times, haven't we? And I don't know whether it's just me, but it feels like there's a general census that there's a little bit of moving towards that, isn't there?
Yeah.
But we mentioned it at Marking the other night. We mentioned it at Marking the other night, didn't we, Tom? And it was like we was a load of vampires, wasn't it?
Yeah, they want to kill you.
So you know, Ian, we can discuss that at greater length again, but you know, I think things are probably moving a bit that way. What was you going to say, Tom? When I cut across you, sorry, excuse me, mate.
No, you're all right, mate. No, I'm just saying on this show alone, we've gathered a lot of proof to say it works, haven't we? We've had a few, you know, we've had a couple of feds that do it. There's a one-off race that do it, and I think until you know what pigeon folk are like until they need to see it, don't they? And I think we're starting to get proof of that. You know, all over the country, different people doing it, and I think it will come. But you try and it took me 10 years to try and get the nom from 50p to £1. You know what I mean? So changing the month, fucking hell.
Yeah, it does move a bit slow, doesn't it? Sometimes, you know what I mean. And do you ever, I mean, Kermo will remember this as well. Do you remember when the ETS came out?
Oh God.
Do you remember? I mean, you must remember Kermo. Do you remember when the ETS came out, Jamie, and all that? And it started. I remember, right? I'm going to tell you the story. There was a bloke in our club, right? And he was so against it that the mere mention of the ETS system used to send him absolutely bonkers in the cabin. People used to mention it just for a laugh, you know what I mean? He'd end up banging the tables and all that. And then a couple of weeks later, we found out he was making the ETS traps that took the pants.
What, and selling them?
And selling them to people. Listen, that's the truth. He didn't want the ETS, he didn't want ETS in, but he was making the ETS traps with the pad slot in them for people and selling them.
Yeah.
That's what you're dealing with. Fucking hypocrites, you know what I mean? That's what you're dealing with. So Jim O'Hare's put Fat Eye is a destroyer. But if you see Fat Eye in your birds, then it's been there for about 2 weeks before. And Jim O'Hare thinks it's down to a lot of losses in the year this year.
Right, okay.
Chris at the Racing Pigeon says, thanks, lads. Lee Davies said, that's Jamie Dutton's sixth first fed result of the season.
Fair play.
I mean, you know what? A little bit about Jamie Dutton. He took me a good few years ago. I went over to Belgium with him. And he introduced me to, because he's pals with Carl Lambrecht and Cyril Lambrecht, obviously, and he introduced me to the Lambrechts and to Walter Docks, Alex Docks, I think it's Alex Docks, sorry. And I watched their pigeons come from races and I was amazed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, Jimmy's been going over there since he was 18. If I've got it right, Jimmy, I hope I've not got it wrong, but when he was 18, he could just drive. He went all the way to Belgium to see the Lambrechts, drove all the way there when he was 18. That's how committed he was, you know what I mean? But Jimmy Dutton always flies a good pigeon. I'd go as far as to say he's had the best Lambrechts in England, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. He's there, but
everyone knows the name, don't they? I don't know him personally, but everyone knows the name.
He's a hell of a nice lad. Yeah, he's a belting kid, honestly. A real nice lad. And look at his daughter. His daughter's second after him now, because she's doing very well as well, isn't she? You know what I mean, Gracie? It's running in the family now, the good pigeons. And his dad, Gary Dutton, was a great flyer as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah. She'll see the name, don't you?
So Chris says he has them on the dark. He has them in a dark loft and he's been giving them Optrex eye drops daily, the prescription ones.
Oh, It won't do him any harm, will it?
Yeah, and Ian Platt said Byron's result crashed the internet in Leeds. So I'll read your result out in a bit, Byron. Don't worry, son. I don't want you throwing punches at me when you see me at Blackpool.
Yeah.
And listen, lads, everybody remember to hit that like button and that subscribe button. Because if you don't, I get it in the neck off Barks, you know, behind the scene. Tells me I've got to keep saying it, so I'm going to keep saying it tonight. So thanks for tuning in. Keep hitting that like button and keep subscribing. Cut Above Gardening Services. There's been big losses in the UNC this week and Fat Eye is rife. Some people vaccinate it and still get it. And Chris is saying Fat Eye is rife in Liverpool and the surrounding areas at the minute. Jim O'Hare saying to Chris that's probably the best thing to use at Optrex in that, you know what I mean?
The thing is as well, Bob, we're talking about young bird racing, this, that and other. There's that many stuff that can kick you in the bollocks for young ones, isn't there? It's getting to the point where it's like, it's a lot of crap this is. You know, you've got young bird sickness, you've got Fat Eye, there's all bloody sorts out there, isn't there? You've got the Orcs, especially. It seems to be a lot more bad stuff going on with young birds. We were discussing it today, weren't we, Bob?
Yeah.
Young birds are a nightmare, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Start to finish.
You know what? I mean, how many good? I know. Jamie says one thing, doesn't he? Like, you're going to lose your shit and all that. The shit will go first and all that. But I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I don't think they're getting a fair shake, and I think we're losing good, not shit pigeons all the time. We're losing some good ones.
No, I agree with you both.
I get
agree
that.
with you both.
You know what I mean?
You know,
Yeah.
I think
Jamie just.
right.
You know, when I rang Jamie, gutted, I said, I've lost 6 million. I'm fucking gutted. You know what he said? Yeah, the shit goes first, doesn't it? And all that. Felt like putting my hand down the phone, getting him by the throat and dragging him back through the phone.
Yeah, but Bobby, a couple of weeks later, Jamie had a stinker and lost a load.
Yeah.
But my good ones were still in front.
Yeah, but he don't care. He's one of them. He don't care. He's not like me.
Not bothered. No,
he's not like me. He don't go in the loft and kiss him every morning and all that like I do. He doesn't like that.
He goes in there and tries to look for duffers.
But yeah, to be fair, I mean, I was saying the other day, is it not better just to race your young bird? Like I'd be quite happy to just race your young birds on a Wednesday or something and not go too far.
Well, yeah, something's going to happen soon, Bob, because especially with these, you know, we're going back to what we've hammered on the show. You know, your first races, everyone's is up to hundreds and thousands of pigeons, and when it gets to this time of year, I mean, look at the birdages, Bob. The dire.
Terrible. The young bird season is killing the profits you make in the old bird season, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I don't know what the answer is. I don't know. I mean, obviously you've got your man who. Sorry, I forgot his name. Who mentioned before about racing in September? That's something's got to. Old bird racing, I think, is great. It's fine, isn't it, Bob?
Yeah,
you know, the birdage stays the same, and old birds are old birds. But I think young birds have got to change. I don't know what the answer is, but something's got to change, I think.
Yeah.
See, I would prefer to race young with old at the start of the season. Maybe put the old bird season back a month. And give you time to get your young ones going and get them up with them.
Well, why not?
Jamie's fed there. I've been watching it actually, and I've been taking note of it. And you're in it as well. You're in that fed, Bob. They have old bird racing right through the young bird season. And I know we don't race a lot, but they're under. It's only got a small fed. You know, what was it this week, Jamie? There's nearly as many old birds as young. You know, it was.
Yeah, there were
like
about 350 birds last year. There were like 1,000 every week. They've just disappeared.
But in his fed, there's been 150 to 200 young birds going every week, and they have a separate result and everything. And what I've noticed what some people are doing. You know, I know a fella myself, and he doesn't race young birds. He just trains them, and then the year after, he brings them out and lets them have a right good like through the summer, and then he races them as yearlings with the young birds. Yeah. You know, that's what a lot of them birds will be, and he doesn't have big losses like young bird losses.
Yeah. See, lads, we've got to find a solution, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, I believe at my fed you can send young with old as well. So I'm really tempted to breed in November and get them going and send them with old birds. Then I don't have to mess around with young bird season then.
Right, yeah. So that's an option again. Another option, you know.
So Finlay McDougall says, like you say, Jim, by the time you see it, it's probably already done the damage in them without visible signs. By the time you do see it, it's nearly run its course. That's obviously the fat eye.
And what he's saying there is you've lost your young back then them 2 weeks before that he's saying you can't see it. That's probably when you're having losses.
When you're losses, yeah. And Jim O'Hare's saying, unfortunately, the Nationals dictate when the racing's on. Clubs need to vote to race later. Then the Nationals will need to move theirs.
My pet hate with any type of racing, I've said it to you many times, Bob, is being dictated by other races. It's like the Bamfords. It's a fantastic race, the Bamfords Gold Ring, but it does my head in because the only thing people talk about from bloody winter right through young bird racing is Bamfords. And you're thinking, I'm not sent to the bloody Bamfords. You know, I mean, I haven't bought anything. Well, we need to get down. We can't be messing around at 70 miles. I've got Bamfords. I'm not bothered what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? And I'm right. I'm not bothered what you're doing. And I think all these getting to a national and you're rushing down that coast because obviously these guys need that sort of racing. And I think that's a big factor in using young birds is you're chasing nationals at the end and gold rings at 250 miles, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing. And that's why I don't enter them, Bob.
Yeah. Pete Burrow said, "Evening, guys. Lots of young birds missing again this weekend. Hope you're all well." Yeah, thanks for joining, Pete. We're all well. Daniel Shaw, move both seasons for me, as the seasons are well out of sync and will only get worse. So if it helps lessen the chances of birds of prey attacks, it makes sense for me.
Yeah.
Now, Chris from the Racing Pigeon says, most fanciers won't send if there's a sniff of rain. Starting them in September, you'd be racing in winter. The Hawks and Falcons are even more hungry when there is frost and temperatures drop. They use
but the problem is,
to keep warm.
But the thing is, they've not got a nest full of young ones, have they?
No.
Well, they won't be as their hawks won't be as lethal in the winter as they are in summer.
Well, you know what? Without any disrespect to Chris, we can only go off Lee Luscombe, can't we? What he does.
Yeah.
So where that autumn race challenges, they've got loads of hawks. Where is it, Tom? Cornwall.
It's down Cornwall way, Devon way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right,
They've got loads of hawks down there, and their club races now done it. The club races young birds in September, done it?
They've studied it all, and he was telling us on the show that the difference between racing like we do with young ones and him is a difference from one hawk attack a week to four or five. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
And they've studied that, and that's why they're doing what they're doing. But you're going to get them all the time. I got them here the other day. I've not seen a peregrine or anything. I've seen a few sparrowhawks, but anyway, the other day I was waiting for pigeons. There was a pair of peregrines, and then I let the young ones out the other day for their exercise, and you come out and they're scattered everywhere. You think, what's going on here? And I've seen it up there. It hasn't got one, but it must have gone through him, and that's the first time I've seen him all year. That.
Yeah. Well, I met this kid today called Scott, who's got a company around here, and he uses hawks as a deterrent to get rid of pigeons and seagulls and all that, in schools and that. Yeah. And he was telling me that on the water tower where Mick Barlow lives, there's a nest of peregrines in there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Now that I remember early on in the year, Paul Fisher was getting hammered from peregrines somewhere down there, wasn't he? It could have been them, couldn't it?
I mean, all you've got to look for, Bobby, in radius of you, is when you come out of the winter gardens, when the pigeon show's on. If you come out of the door and look at that church across the road, there's two sat there. They've been there for years.
Yeah.
They will come here to me and you and that. No, easy. They'll do a 50-mile radius then.
So the results. So Ian Platt says the results down south prove otherwise. If you research it, plus some migrate in September. So Lee Davis. Right, lads, don't forget, hit the like button and keep hitting that subscribe button. So Lee Davis, here's a question for you. I run the local Fed Facebook page, and I post most of the results, and I've decided to run weekly polls on which members send me, and I keep them anonymous. So, Lee, I don't know what you're getting at with that, do you?
No, I actually thought you'd missed something then, Bobby.
Let me read it again, so I know.
You'll send us one again.
Here's a question for you. I run the local Fed Facebook page, and I post most of the results on it. I've decided to run a weekly poll on which members send me, and I keep them anonymous. So, I'm sorry, Lee, but
does he mean maybe birdage from start to finish?
I don't know.
I think he possibly might mean that about a poll.
Send us another one, Lee.
Yeah, let's explain it, Lee, and we'll go.
Explain it a bit better, mate. I cut above the gardening services. We put each Fanciers birds in the same basket last year, and the club had no fat eye. This year we mixed them, and it's rife.
Yeah. Due
to the older members not being happy.
Well, Bob, we've been there.
Listen,
Bob,
let me tell you, we've been there. We're exactly the same, aren't we?
Yeah. You can't put all yours in one basket. Because they'll all come together. I
don't think it makes it don't make a jot of difference.
I think, especially young birds, you should have your own panniers.
Yeah, when they come out that basket off that wagon, they're mixed up. I just don't get it. It doesn't make a difference to me.
I'll tell you what.
I said that the other week. I said, when you come out of the basket, your birds, Did he stay in that lane all the way home?
Yeah.
You know, did they come out of that basket like that and they stay in that lane all the way home? And then
I'll tell you why a lot of it is. It's that, Bob.
Yeah.
If it's so much a basket, and you get people who are sending 10 or 12, they don't want to pay 22 quid a basket. They want to mix them up. Yeah, of course it has to be, doesn't it? Because if you're only sending, if you're sending odd numbers, let's say you're putting 20 a piece in a basket and you're only sending 15, you know, or you're sending 25 or something. Yeah. It costs them a lot more money, you see. That's what our problem is, because we get charged per basket. If it was per bird,
well, why couldn't we say, well, if we want to buy our own basket, let's do it?
Yeah, but you'd have to pass that in AGM. That would have to be passed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Kermo said his dad was totally against ETS, hated everything about it. In the Liverpool Amalicars murder. But he moved on with the times like everyone else in the end.
Yeah, then he won the national. I bet he weren't complaining when he won Midlands National. I bet he was on it then.
Yeah.
He had a really good pigeon. Was it? I think it was a devil. I think it was 666, and it was a good one.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it won the Midlands. Yeah, 666 it was.
So Tom Hewitt says the trouble is with youngbird racing, too many fanciers don't observe the youngsters and send them sick.
Probably, yeah.
So let me ask you this: is there somebody? Should there be someone designated in the club to watch everybody's young birds? Or
yeah, we all look at young ones at our club. You know what I mean? We all everyone who puts them through. You know, they're all decent flyers, and we scan everything.
You can tell when there's something wrong with people's pigeons, Bob, when they're 20 minutes behind at 60 miles. I could send stock birds and they come back quicker than that. Straight out of the stock loft. You know, you can see it on the result. But bless them, some people, Bob, you know, some people don't know, do they? You know what I mean? Some people are you know, some
and you're doing them a favour by telling them, aren't you?
Yeah, some people, I don't know how to put it. Some people are I don't put it without insulting people. Some people are tuned in with animals, aren't they? You know, as in like, you know, they can tell by looking at them. Yeah. Some people aren't. You know, sometimes you can go to someone lost and go, "What's up with that?" And they go, I don't know, what's up with it? And you get hold of it, and there'll be some. You know, some people just haven't got that, and it's not their fault, but it's just, you know, people are different, aren't they?
Yeah. So just let me just go off the subject a minute while I'm there. So Francis from our club, what's his second name, Tom? Right. So Francis from our club asked me to ask last Sunday about any Belgium trips that are going. So I didn't do it. So he gave me shit at the club, didn't he, Tom? So this week I'm mentioning it on the show, but Chris Mellor's been on it today, and he's put on. I'm going to read it out what he's put on Belgium trip. He's put, lads, I know some of us were talking about sorting a trip out to Belgium, so here's what I've got for us. So this is what Chris has found. Hooten Show Weekend 2027. Somebody who he knows has got 6 to 7 seats available for the weekend away in Belgium and Holland. Departing Thursday, the 4th of March, returning on Monday, the 8th of March. The weekend includes coach travel to Antwerp, staying in Antwerp city centre close to bars, restaurants and shopping for the women for 3 nights on a B&B basis. Saturday, a day at the Dutch show in Hooten. Sunday, Lear Market loft visit and Elite Breeding Centre, normal in Natural Breeding Centre. Monday, return home. The pickups are from Newport, South Wales, M4 corridor. It's 345 quid, but we need a £75 deposit each for Friday to secure the place. There's only a few left. Have a think, let me know. And if you want to bring dippers on Friday, I'll book it. Francis has just had a heart attack somewhere when he's found out it's 300 and odd quid.
Yeah. He's going to be selling young'uns, Bob. Selling late breads.
Francis, he's just had to go and change his boxer shorts when he's realised how much it is. So there you go, Francis. We've given it a nice mention for you. So on Friday, the club don't be giving me shit.
Yeah.
So John Sheehan, he thought Fat Eye was part of the herpes family.
I've heard that as well, yeah.
Yeah, and Jim O'Hare Lofts, it's a full-time job trying to keep young birds healthy. There's too many things they can catch now compared to years ago. So why aren't we saying let's put them in our own baskets?
Well, this needs to be brought up, Bob. I know the sprint club that we race in, they've had their own baskets all year.
Yeah,
their own baskets all year. And it doesn't make any difference, Bob. It doesn't make any difference to racing. I mean, like I say, them last few weeks when we've been taking first four in Fed, there's been cocks and hens. They're in different baskets on different parts of the wagon. They've come together. It doesn't make any difference.
Yeah. Chrissy said he remembers that Kermo. You know, his dad going bananas at the Fed meetings and all that. So.
Right. Yeah.
So Lee Davies said I've had a couple of people criticising him for running Facebook polls. Well, but Lee, that's what happens with social media, mate, innit? You know what I mean? Do you know what you want to do, Lee? Just ignore them. Just keep doing it.
Yeah, keep doing it. Yeah.
Keep doing it, mate. It's for you try. What we're trying to find out is information, what's going on in the pigeon world. And by them polls, that's a good thing. We've had a couple on here, haven't we, Tom?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
So Jim O'Hare Loft says, as Jamie froze, that smile hasn't been off his face for ages.
How about froze?
He's moved. Finlay McDougall. He started with 2,980 young birds for the first race in the Yorkshire Middle Route. And on Saturday, it was down to 1,100. So they started with 2,980. And on Saturday, it was down to 1,100. It's a lot that in it.
There's only 2,000 pigeons.
It's a lot in it.
Yeah.
Ian Platt said that a West Coast club racing young birds earlier, I heard, with old birds like they do in Belgium.
Yeah. I mean, like Jamie was saying, Jamie's fed do it, and they get a good turnout of old and young. And I think it'll eventually come to that, Bob, just to try and get birds on the wagon.
Well, it's financially better, isn't it?
Yeah. And you can have two separate results. You don't have to put them on the same result.
Financially better, isn't it?
But
so what would you do with your club?
Don't forget when I wanted to send that one hen with them 80 young ones, weren't allowed because that one hen would have brought them young birds home. It would have showed them all the way home.
Yeah, one hen would have brought 80 young ones home. Mad,
yeah.
So George Willis has said, good evening, lads. Good evening, George. I just train my young birds heavily and start them racing as yearlings. You could use 30 as young birds and could lose 30 as yearlings. So what's the difference? That's my opinion. Yeah, I mean, George, people are trying. It's happening that much, and it's happening every year now, isn't it? You know what I mean? So, everybody's, we're having a conversation every Sunday about what can be done and what we can do. You know what I mean? So, do us a favour, lads. Keep hitting that like button. Keep hitting that subscribe button, lads, please. Keep Barks smiling in the background. You know what I mean? We don't like Barks when he's not smiling, do we, lads?
No, he'll turn us off.
Yeah, he'll switch us off. Barks is the man with the plan, innit? You know what I mean? So, so Chris from the Racing Pinch said, lads, start winging your young birds with last year's rings. Start ringing your young birds with last year's rings. And send them all as old birds, problem solved.
Yeah, you can do that. People do that, Bob.
Do they?
That's not a problem. Oh, yeah. If you ordered 100 RPRA rings now for this year, what we're on 26, is it now? 26.
Yeah, 26.
And ringing young ones with them in November. If they've got that ring on, they're old birds.
Right. Yeah.
If you fly the ring, you don't fly the pigeon.
Yeah, it's the ring. Yeah. So Lee Davies says we keep doing the same thing and expecting different outcomes every year, and you're right, Lee.
Yeah,
but that's
a sign of insanity.
That's why we try to get going. So Tony Kerman said, "I use all sending to the Midlands National Flying Club. Good luck, lads." Well, yeah, we've got fraternity pigeons and cold ring pigeons, haven't we?
Yeah, well, I've got you're too tight. What have I got? I think we've got 7 fraternity breeder buyers. I don't know if Kermo actually bought one, same as ours. I don't know if he's still got it. He'll probably let us know. We've got 4 of our own that we bought back in the breeder buyer fraternity. and 3 of other people's. So that's all we've got. You've got some, haven't you, Bob?
Yeah. I've got one of each.
I'm done with Fed and that racing now. We've stopped now. There is one this week, isn't there, from, was it Kingsdown or somewhere like that, the coast?
No, I think it's Lyndhurst. I think they said.
Is that what it is? Right. Yeah. So we decided we're done. Like we've got.
So young Byron's had a nightmare today. He's lost 7 of his best young birds at 60 miles. It's madness.
Yeah.
Well, we're all in the same boat, Byron. We've all lost pigeons this year, haven't we? So, Jim O'Hare lofts. It's got to be sickness. If Pedigans hit them and you get most back and then you get the later ones, but with big losses and non-reported, they've got to be going sick.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can put one thing on saying the losses are because of this. I think it's a multitude of 4 or 5 things.
I think there's a lot of shit happening to them, isn't there? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's not just one thing. Ian Platt, National Flying Club, moved their programme forward a week. Lads in Section K and I are at 80 miles in the club and expecting them to get to 300. Lee's dad, Terry Luscombe, is the guy who races this way. Do you know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah.
Jim O'Hare saying he'd love us to have our own baskets, but too many dinosaurs want them mixed. And you're right. You're right. Listen, I'm not young. I'm older. I'm 66, but I like to think I'm forward thinking, and I can't understand why, especially young birds. Why don't we try young birds one year, all in our own baskets, and see if it helps?
Why are we not doing it right through? We're talking about young ones. Why?
If it's the same for young ones as old ones, innit?
I'm pretty sure, I think in Belgium, don't they buy baskets in Belgium? Don't you buy them at the start of the year or whatever? Don't you buy the baskets? I'm sure Belgians don't. Yeah, I'm sure there's certain Belgium or certain foreign places that actually you buy the baskets, Bob.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to get. So if someone knows the answer to that question, what Tom's just said, let us know, please.
Yeah.
Lee Davis, you will not stop young birds by putting them in their own baskets because they all drink out of the same water trough.
He's on about young bird sickness, isn't he?
Yeah.
But I know what Lee's saying. And I fully agree with what he's saying. But it's got to be better, hasn't it? Surely.
Yeah.
As soon as that water's gone in, they're not all diving at the same time. Once they've had a quick drink of it, once it's in it, they're not going back for seconds.
Just for the general well-being of them, surely you're better off in your own baskets.
Yeah.
I'd
rather drink water than eat food off another pigeon.
Yeah. So Tom Hewitt says, good luck to anyone who's got birds in the finals of the Potteries one loft race and who dares wins one loft race.
Best of luck, everyone.
Good luck, everyone. The racing pigeon, Chris. I had a coach, Bobby. We can fill that gets cost down and leave from these ways. We can go through Hull. And then he went in 2016. So looks like everybody fancies a Belgian trip, doesn't it?
Right, yeah.
Get Jamie to organise that. He's good at organising stuff, Jamie.
I've never been.
The Loft Line on tour. The Loft Line
I think I've only
the Loft Line on tour.
Yeah.
We could have a bit of that, couldn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Ian Platt, Jim O'Hare, a peregrine chasing a pack, they will fly for miles in panic and end up totally stressed and fly themselves out into the ground. The numbers reported by non-fanciers are through the roof.
Even Mark Evans has put on Facebook last 2 or 3 days. He's absolutely flat out picking young birds up.
Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah. He put a dotted finger on everywhere he'd been that week or last 2 weeks, the places that he were picking them up from, and basically the area that he covers were just dotted from where he'd been. Yeah.
Finlay McDougall, I don't know if anyone watches Royal Docks Loft channel. Really nice guy from the Philippines. Lives in London. He's got a bird in the last 14 in the disaster from Shropshire one loft race.
Oh, Shropshire, because they're having it really tough. Not many birds left there now, I don't think.
Yeah.
I've not seen that.
They've had a disaster. Darren Sayers, hiya guys, good to be following along. Nice one, thanks for joining, Darren. And everybody keep hitting that like button and that subscribe button, please.
Yeah.
Even the one loft races in the UK have been having drastic losses. John Sheen says he's seen. Finlay McDougall. Yeah, the Shropshire one loft race has 14 for the final from 350.
Oh yeah.
And you can't blame the man. He tries him. You know, I've watched him. Is it Wade? I think it's Wade. Is it Wade Davis? And he's he cares. You know what I mean? You can tell it in the guy. You know what I mean? He's distraught when he loses him, and he's trying. So you can't say you don't look after him or all like that. It's just one of them things, isn't it? It's just the way things are going.
Yeah. John Sheehan, if you keep doing what you've always done, then you'll keep on getting what you've always got. I'm new to the sport, and there are some fanciers who resist change. Well, that's what we've been saying, John. And that's why this channel is opening this dialogue, opening that, all the people that are watching tonight maybe can start talking and maybe changing something. You know what I mean?
We need change. We need change.
We need change, and everybody needs it. So that's what, even if it means that younger minded people are taking over the clubs and feds now, that might have to happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
John Sheehan, what happened to them non-pigeons you were going to do for the young bird season, gents? I think we just forgot, didn't we?
I can't remember.
We was going to do some nomming for the race every week, weren't we, lads, and forgot about it.
Yeah, I have,
Yeah, I have. Never mind, we'll do it next year.
We'll do it, Oldens.
Yeah. Ian Platt, midweek club here, you have to pay per basket and all yours go together.
Yeah.
Well, like we're saying, the Sprint Club did the same, didn't it? You went in your own
Well, it's the same as me, Bob. My big pet hate in club, I don't know about you, Bob, my pet hate is ramming pigeons in basket. It drives me insane.
Yeah, there's no need.
It drives me mad. So, if that was the case of buying baskets, I would put 15 in a basket and I would pay for them. That's my pet hate. I would think, I know people say, I've heard all these sorts of, I've heard people go, the more you put in, they ride better. What a load of shite. A load of shite. In my opinion, the less that's in a basket, there's more chance to see the water, they've got more light, and that's just my opinion. So if it was basket, it would cost me a fortune, but I would quite happily pay whatever it is for a basket and put like 15 to 17 in, something like that. Do you know what I mean? I would do it. And that way.
It was funny you brought it up that, because I was watching the birds when our transporters were going the other day. We were doing like a blooming 10 million point turn to get out because there were that many cars there. So he's backwards and forwards, and I'm watching pigeons hit basket. They didn't even move.
No.
It's like they're so out to travel. It's like you put a dog in a car. When it's a puppy, it's falling all over the shop. Once it's used to it, they balance themselves, don't they?
It's not about you guys, but now when I look in the back of the car, because I don't have a van, I have a car and in an estate car in the back. When I look in there every morning, by the time I've got 3 or 4 miles away from home, they're all asleep. And sometimes I look back and I think it's something up with them. Do you know what I mean? When they go quiet and
that's because they've been having 60 miles twice a day. That I'd be asleep too.
That's what I mean. So they're that used to it, they fall asleep on me. And then I tell you what it is, where we go training, there's a cattle grid, Bob, and they're silent in the back and asleep. And the minute I go over that cattle grid, they're up. And they're going mad because they know. So they get used to it, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, it's like when I take mine training, like they're in the back of the van and they just lie down. They're on it.
Yeah.
I said it on Friday night at the club. I said, it's really nice, isn't it, when you put your birds in the baskets and they start relaxing and lying down.
But if you have too many in a basket, Bob,
they can't do it. It's too close. They can't do it. They're on the toes because there's things near them. That's what we're saying. I think everybody's for the same thing. I think everybody's saying, let's have our own baskets.
Yeah.
So Chris is saying observation really does help. 2 of these looked iffy with fat eye and no other symptoms, so they didn't get sent this week. And he still only lost 2 young birds in 4 races. Well, good. Well done, Chris.
Yeah, well done, Chris.
Johnny Quango Sprint Pigeons. I keep my youngsters on deep litter. I like them to build up immunity within their environment.
Yeah.
Most of the racing this year, mine have been on their own panniers, and touch wood, he's had no health problems.
Yeah, I think it's a way forward.
Yeah, it's your own pannies, isn't it?
But it's in the same league, same again, lads, isn't it? Trying to get
Yeah,
the change. It's that
Yeah,
P word, isn't it?
I cut above guarding services. Massive problems with pigeon racing is the old timers. We're at the point where we are going to send without ETS rings on if the birds are in the same basket, just to get them experienced as young birds.
Right, yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Mark Evans, why is it that some fanciers are obsessed with getting their young birds to the coast
Just said it
every year and lose them instead of having lots of short ones for education?
Yeah.
Well,
I've just said why, innit?
Yeah, exactly. And listen, Mark, we was talking here the other week that we think the Belgian pigeons only go to 2 race points, don't they?
Yeah, but they don't fly any distance anyway at Belgium, do they?
Most of it's about
100-mile races. Yeah, there's not. They don't go much over 100 miles, do they?
Yeah.
If you sent your young birds to 6-7 races up to 120 miles, it won't make any difference if you.
Won't make any difference. No.
No, but I'm saying Belgium. That's all they ever do race, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Francis Reynolds has come on and said,
"Here he is, Reynolds."
Yeah, Francis Reynolds. He's got a sneaky name, Summer Manson, at Summer Manson. So he's come on and said, it's only money. That's what we said on Friday night about the baskets, didn't we? So nice one, Francis. Anyway, Francis, we've read it out, so we've told you. Mark Evans, Tom's right, you look after them. Mark Evans, he said, Tom's right, you look after them all week, only to get them crammed in a basket on Friday.
Does me head in.
He's right. John Sheehan, do you think that all these potions and tonics that fanciers use could be having an adverse effect on natural immunity? Yeah. Well, to be fair, John, all the tonics and potions that I use, and probably Jamie and Tom uses, it's all natural anyway.
Yeah, I give my young birds this year, and my dad's there to call me a liar. I've put a bit of stuff on the corn, like multivitamins on the corn, Bob.
Yeah.
And they've had fresh water.
Yeah.
And I found, I'll tell you why I did it, Bob, because I have a 6-litre drinker. Yeah. I have like 80 young ones in there. And I found they drink about a third more water every day out of that drinker, with it being clear water than anything in it.
Right.
And I've studied it, and I've done it for weeks, and that's right. And I think, especially the last couple of I thought to myself, Thursday, Friday, I'm just going to give them water.
Yeah.
Anything I want to give them, I'll put it on the corn, a bit of multivitamins, all that sort of stuff. And they're drinking a third more on a Thursday and Friday. So,
well, Jamie's dad found out about that quill stuff, didn't he, Jay?
Yeah, quill boost. They made that product, didn't they? But because we've got soft water around here, 1 mil per litre were too much, and the birds wouldn't touch it. So my dad started giving them 0.5 mil per litre, and they drink it no problem now. And when he rung them up and brought it up with them, they hadn't even clicked about hard water and soft water and how it'd affect the water.
Different sides of the country.
Yeah, see, my dad really rates that quill boost. He uses it. He uses it a lot on his stock birds when he's rearing.
Yeah.
Finley
McDougall, it's why I like to put them in baskets for weaning. Then it's second nature to them. That's all they ever know, and relax and drink well when they go training. The lads will tell you there, every time I take my pigeons anywhere, I put the drinkers on, don't I, Tom?
Yeah.
Even training, put the drinkers on. Because when I put my drinkers on at the club now, Tom puts his baskets next to mine, don't you, Tom?
Yeah, so he's got bars on the side, so I sneak next to him. Whenever he puts them, I put mine next to him. I can see him putting their head in his trough.
Finley McDougall, thanks, Finley. He said Belgium use Quiverane and Noyon.
There you go.
As training practices for the national. That's it.
Yeah.
Jim O'Hare's saying that's all we race up to 110 mile. Final race is 170 mile, but I usually stop the majority after the 210 mile races.
Well, we've done that, haven't we, Bob, basically, this week, haven't we? Yeah. We've gone, what was it, 166 this week?
Well, I think they said they was going to Lyndhurst this week.
Right, yeah. Well, you're 200 plus, aren't you? You know.
Yeah. But I've looked at the weather this week. Have you seen the weather this Saturday?
Yeah, yeah.
It's getting better on mine, Bobby.
No. I've looked. You know the one I pay for because you.
Sorry. Saturday's terrible, yeah, but Friday was supposed to be horrendous, and that's brightened up since the other day.
Saturday. You want to see how terrible. Saturday's no good to me. You want to see how strong the west wind is. You won't believe it.
Yeah.
It's 36 miles an hour the west wind on Saturday.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I might have to bring him. Out of retirement then, Bob.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's absolutely blasting down with rain all morning.
No good. But do you know what, Bob? You've just said You've said the forecast. You've spotted it. You said you're not sending in. You don't have to send.
No.
People know what another pet hate of mine is when you know what's coming. You know the weather. You know it's coming. You send. You lose them, and then they moan like hell.
No. I'm thinking that mine are done. That's it. Mine are not going anymore. Mine have finished my races. I've got Bamford's Pete rings and the Midlands National Futurity. They're going to them. That's it. Monday's all right. Monday's nice. Monday's a lovely day. Saturday's absolutely bobbins.
The only one I've got that is possibly might going to go, and I'll give a shout out to him, old shiny face there. There was a breeder buyer, a performance breeder buyer, Bob. You know when you buy them, you buy them online, and then you don't actually go to the same race. You just send your performances at the start of the year.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I said, if you put one in, I'll buy it as long as it's a good one. He said, right. So fair play to him. He sent me this one, and up to now, it's had 2 first clubs, 2 second feds, a third fed, and it's multiple top combine positions. So the only thing is with that is how far do you keep going to try and win that money? Do you go again? Is it enough? Yeah. You know what I mean? And that was the one that come at weekend. It was second fed, and it's coming into form. It's rate like.
I hope it is enough because I'm skinned.
Look at that weather in Blackpool. Look.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at that wind. West wind.
Yeah.
You know what you can do with that west wind, don't you? You can kiss my ass. That's what you can do with that. 35 mile an hour west winds. Yeah. Dave. The KO Kids Pigeons will be all tucked up in cotton wool now. That's it, done.
Yeah, game over.
Johnny Quango Sprint. You know who Johnny Quango Sprint Pigeons is, don't you?
No.
John Martucci.
Oh, is it? Right.
All right, John. How are we doing, John? All right?
Yeah, all right, John. So like Tom said, birds will drink more natural water than water with products in. I had a drinker in the Avery with the flora in, and the drinker in the Avery, they empty the clear water first.
Yeah, there you
go. Mikey P. User Mikey P. Good evening, gents. I have some old pigeon racing gazettes and news going back to 1959 and 1976. And the editor goes on about the huge amount of young bird losses in training and racing.
Right.
Then.
Yeah, we're still doing it.
Still doing it. Still at it. Do you know what they say? Yeah. You know what they say, don't they? That's a sign of madness, that, innit? Keep doing the same and getting the same, thinking it's going to change and it don't.
No.
But yeah, I mean, you know what, lads? If we want to change things, the only way we can change things is by going to the meetings.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only way you can do it. Honestly, boys. You know, like we've said on here, we've actually said, you know, in this day and age now, that with this social media and all the different things like Zoom meetings and all that, where there's hundreds of people going to a meeting, you don't even have to go to a meeting. You could do a meeting from your house.
Yeah.
You see it, don't you? You know, you actually see it, don't you? You know, you could do meetings from your house, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You know.
Have you fallen asleep, Jamie?
It's froze again, hasn't it? Look how hey, that's how he sleeps, him. That picture there of him, that's how he sleeps, look. Hey?
Oh, he's back.
Oh, can you hear me?
He's woke up.
Yeah, we can hear you, fine, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, but your face keeps freezing, but like that.
Yeah, I can see it on mine.
Does it? Yeah. Your face, you look like one of the Moomins. Yeah, so I mean, that's what we keep saying, don't we? You know, everybody who's listening, and thanks for listening, and thanks for getting involved and pressing the like button and the subscribe button. But lads, we should be having meetings now. Like, I mean, I've seen them Zoom meetings on TikTok and all that, and there's hundreds of people on it, isn't there?
Yeah.
And you can all vote. You can all
don't
vote.
Forget, a lot of these older people, Bob, if they can get it sorted, a lot of them they can't make it to the club festival because they're old. You know what I mean? They don't want to come out at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday night in December, do they? You know what I mean? That's why they don't come. It's you know, it's awful, isn't it? You know, that them time of years when you go into them meetings, it's pissing down, it's freezing. You're thinking, you just had your tea, you think, I'm not going to get in that car and go listen to that lot. No chance.
Just a lot.
You know.
Well, John Martucci says, lads, again, he thinks a full season of buying your own panniers should be tried.
Absolutely, I fully agree.
Yeah, and he's right. You're right, John. And most convoyers are more than half empty, so it should be no problem.
Yeah,
he's right, innit?
Yeah.
Finley McDougall saying we should be allowed to vote just using our loft number with a basic app.
Yeah,
I mean,
easy.
Yeah. And Ian Platts, as I've said umpteen times, the only way to change things at the club and region and council levels is to go to meetings and get enough to vote for Zoom meetings or one vote per loft.
1 vote per loft, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the only way change will happen. And Ian, you're right. You're right on the money. You know what I mean? Daniel Shaw says absolutely 100%. Listen, lads, it's the only way we can do it.
Yeah. The days
and we're not saying that.
Sending delegates.
Listen, we're not saying anything bad, but listen, I've been involved I've been a boxing coach for 35 years and I've been on the boxing board of control. I've seen what it's all like.
Yeah.
You know, and it is like, you know, when you send delegates to meetings, it's a day out.
Yeah.
Fucking hotel and all, that's mint.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, day out, nicely done, ref, you know what I mean?
Stated before, Bob, you know, and I've seen it before where I can give you an instance. Let's talk about voting and delegating. And I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I've seen it in certain feds where up to 10 members, you get 1 vote, Bob. So if you get any 1 to 10, you get 1 vote. 10, anything from 10 to 20, you get 2 votes, vice versa. I've seen a club with 9 members send their delegate to vote for something, let's say yes, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen another club with 2 members in that have voted no, and they cancel them out. How's that right?
Yeah, it's not right, is it?
It's not right, but that happens. That's what you get with delegates. That's what happens.
Yeah. I mean, this race to keep going, for Pigeons to keep going, you know, like, if we could push it into if we could take it out of the old days and bring it into the new days, it'd be a great sport.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like with this Pigeon IQ and all that, I mean, look at Chris Mello. He's done his result, the Queen's result on Pigeon IQ today.
Result. Yeah.
Dead easy.
And another thing with that Pigeon IQ, Bob, you'll be there to back me up. The last 2 weeks, I think we topped the Fed and we were, 20 seconds behind topping the Fed this week.
Yeah.
And I went on the app for that estimated time, and it's absolutely bang on, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got the time right twice.
This week, it said to me, you will clock in between 35 and 45, and I clocked in at 42. It's bang on.
And I clocked in at 45, so it was right for me as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, lads, it's the only way we can change things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the only way we can get it changed. And what we need to do, everybody on this who comes on this podcast, we need to all start thinking of ways we can get it done. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right, boys, without a time. So thanks for everybody tonight who saved me from barks and pressed that like button and that subscription button.
Just a quick one, Bob, just before you go. Was there Finley's result to read out? Was there something you was going to read?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Don't forget him. Yeah.
No, Byron's result.
Byron, sorry, right, yeah.
Right, so Jamie sent it me, Anna.
Yeah.
Did you put it on the Sunday show or did you send it me, Jay?
No, Sunday show.
Right, see, he even puts it on the Sunday show.
Yeah.
Right, so Byron, are you ready, son?
Here we go. Get ready for it. Drum
So
roll.
Leeds Hare Hills HS, result of the Kettering race held on the 22nd of the 8th. First was Mr. Jeff, Gill, and Mr. Byron.
Well
There
done.
you go.
Well done, Byron, son.
Yeah.
Second was S. McCormick and Schofield, and they was third as well. And fourth was Mr. Jeff Gill and Byron. Fifth was Keegan and Harwood. Sixth was Alan Piddles. Hope I've not said that wrong. Seventh was Mr. Jeff Gill and Byron. 8 was Keegan and Harwood. 9 S. McCormick and Schofield. And 10th was Mr. W. Foley. So Byron, well done, son. Well done.
Mate. Brilliant.
So
Well done.
just a couple more last things before we go. Johnny Quango Sprint Pigeons. We need a representative for racing pigeons to visit schools and do informative talks. The operation,
We have that with Pigeon. What's it called, Bob?
Yeah. You know what, John?
Pigeon Pathways.
Pigeon Pathways. If you look at, there's a place called Pigeon Pathways that we had on early on in the show when we started, and that's what they do. You know what I mean? So Ian Platt's put Alan Pickles. I don't know what that means.
Oh, the name on the results.
You put Piddles. You said Piddles.
Oh, sorry, Alan Pickles.
Yeah.
Sorry, Al. It says Piddles. Oh no, it says Pickles. Sorry, lads. Jamie, don't send me these anymore. You're making me look all that. You know what I mean? Dickhead. He's doing it on purpose. Sorry about that.
I get it sent
Alan,
to me.
Mr. Pickles, wherever you are, I'm sorry about that, my mate. Right, boys, we'll end that. We'll end the show on me looking like a tall. You know what I mean? Thanks very much, Jamie. Thanks, boys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for hitting that like button, lads, and we'll see you next week.
See you later.